Hello and welcome to our Redbird market insurance simulation. This is the first of several videos, and these videos will have two purposes. One is to help you understand how to navigate through this computer simulation, and second is to understand how your business decisions are likely to affect your insurance company's operations in this simulation. But the first thing that we're going to want to do is to select the language. In this case, we can select either English or Spanish. We will select English. And then this will bring up a pop-up box that will have an executive summary about the marketplace that we will be operating in. We are in the state of Utopia. You can read about the state of Utopia, and you can read about some of the policies that we have. In this case, we have a fire insurance policy. But before we get into that, I'm going to close out that, and we're going to just focus on exploring the dashboard in this video. First, off to the left here, you will see a year. And that year tells you, what we are currently in for the simulation. Now, as you advance the application after making decisions, this year is going to change. You also have a tutorial button here. The tutorial button explains how to navigate through the simulation if you want to do that on your own outside of these videos. And the performance highlights down below here show some of the key performance indicators so you can check to see how your company is performing here. And then over here you will find a graph. Now you'll notice that the graph and the name for this is the same with the first one here, but you can change that down here with this scroll button. But let me explain what you're looking at first here. You have a solid black line here, and that indicates your actual and past performance. And then you have this dotted line that goes off into the future. Now, we haven't made decisions about 2018 yet, so we're just looking at 2016, 2017 actual data that you've inherited. As we go forward, this will be all become black as we advance the application into different years. The other thing that you can do is you can hit this little scroll key here, arrow down, and select different performance indicators. And when you do that, this changes. Again, you'll find that these relate to performance highlights over here in many cases. Again, the black indicates your past performance, and the dotted line indicates the forecast. So before we leave the dashboard, I wanted to also talk about the tabs at the top. And first starting with quit, which is simply when you want to leave the simulation, you will hit quit, and you'll probably do that at some point. And then you've got the Tools tab. And one of the more important features of the Tools tab, you've got a calculator, but you've also got Advance the Application. Now that's when you want to advance the simulation after you've made your decisions to the next year, and then you can see how your decisions actually affected your insurance company's performance. You've also got key information here about the simulation marketplace. We saw briefly the executive summary. The glossary is a very important feature of this, and you can go through any term that you hear in this simulation, and it will give you a definition. And that's really important because in insurance, we use terms like combined ratio or premiums or whatever it might be. And these terms are probably something you've not heard before. So this is an important feature to go back to and use. And then you've got your reports, and there will be a series of reports, and I'm going to go through in detail how these different reports reflect your insurance company's operation. And then finally, you have your scenarios tab. And the scenarios tab will be where you will make your decisions on how to run your business, and you can play around with the different scenarios to see which ones you like best before you make your final decision, and then go over to the tools and advance the application to the next year. So this is just an overview of the dashboard, which is helpful before we start to explore the rest of the simulation.